God damn, Cheryl, that coffee tastes like shit. What'd you do, take a dump in it? Speaking of smashing a taco against the wall, I went to Taco Bell the other day, and I got in the drive-thru, and I told her, right, I said, I want a cheesy gordita Dorito crunch. I want 2 of them.
You can add Doritos to it now?
Yeah, they got like a Dorito shell. I said I want 2 of them. I said, I don't want lettuce on them. She said, okay. And then
I hate this shit.
I looked at the fucking screen, and it said only one gordita cheesy Dorito, and I said, yeah, it's supposed to be 2 of those with no lettuce. And she like cut me off and said, oh, yeah, you're right. It's supposed to be 2 of them. So she changed it, and it still didn't say no lettuce on the fucking screen. So then I was like, all right, I've already said no lettuce twice. I can't say it 3 times, otherwise I'm going to seem like a fucking crazy person. So I went up there, and I got the tacos. And would you fucking believe it, there was lettuce all over those things? Yeah.
Oh, shit. Welcome to the Horrible Film School, a safe place to watch scary movies. I am Chris, joined today by my fellow horribles, the Pilgrim, Professor Hootie.
What's going on, fellas? Apologize to the audience today. I have had recently some oral surgery, so voice is probably going to sound pretty off.
And the last man to land on Plymouth Rock, Professor Joseph.
Hey there, pilgrims. You guys ready to talk turkey?
Hey, turkey. Heavy spoilers ahead as we serve up 2008's ThanksKilling. Today's lesson. Holy hell, I gotta pull a lesson out of this one. If you find yourself with a turkey riding shotgun, make sure that turkey doesn't have a shotgun.
The time has come again for us to gather with our family and friends over a bowl of sweet potato casserole, pumpkin pie, and of course that juicy turkey. For a group of college kids excited about doing just that over Thanksgiving break, far from those know-it-all professors, things do not go as planned. These kids will soon find out that they are being hunted by a savage beast, and they are on the menu. So let's get into the cast of crew, which leaves a lot to be desired here.
Honest admission here, I didn't look up any of these people.
Well, you missed a lot, Chris. You missed a fucking lot.
Yeah, I'll be at that camp too then. Sure, you missed a lot.
First off, writer and director Jordan Downey has also done a movie called The Headhunter and a short film, Chris, you're going to love this, called Critters, Bounty Hunter.
All right, I actually did my homework on these. I watched the short on YouTube. It's actually probably one of the better fan-made short films I've seen in a long time. But then again, I'm a fan of the Critters series in general, so maybe that's my bias talking. I also watched the trailer for The Headhunter. It looked really good. Like, the cinematography was like A movie cinematography, but it's obviously a B movie. I think he actually used the same cinematographer he did for this movie to record The Headhunter, which is kind of surprising. And Jordan Downey also did the voice for the turkey in the movie. So,
Ooh. So was all this other work post ThanksKilling?
Oh yeah.
Even the Critters short?
Yeah, all that's post.
All right, let's get into the group of these college kids. First up is Kristen, played by Lindsay Anderson, who was in ThanksKilling and Terror Firmer. These are her only 2 acting credits.
She is horrible.
Next up, Johnny, played by Lance Predmore, who was in ThanksKilling and Elementary, An Education in Death. Only 2 credits.
Also horrible.
Damn, what a title.
That is a fucking awesome title. Next up, Darren, played by Ryan E. Francis, who was in ThanksKilling and The biker warrior babe versus the zombies babies from hell.
Hands down the best actor in the entire movie. And he's also fucking terrible. Jesus.
Next up, Allie, played by Natasha Cordova. Only has a few minor TV credits, which I'm not going to go over.
Well, good for her.
Next up, Billy, played by Aaron Ringheiser Carlson. This is his only credit.
Yeah, I think they actually like blew his guts out in real life, like they do later on in the movie. Spoiler alert.
So he's been on the shelf for 13 years. I think it's time someone brought in a vehicle for whatever his name was. I've already forgotten.
This movie has a sequel. He could have came back as like a ghost or something. Like, give the guy some money. Give the guy something. So we have two more characters to get into here, and probably the best two characters of the film, to be honest with you two. First up is Sheriff Rude, played by Chuck Lamb, who was in The Mitchell Tapes and Vacancy, but was uncredited in Vacancy.
Chef Road here.
Well, Vacancy is probably the biggest movie of anything here. So there you go.
Yeah, wasn't that like a Kate Beckinsale joint a couple years ago?
Luke Wilson.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And last, but certainly not least, is probably the most famous piece of this film, is The Naked Pilgrim, played by Wanda Lust. Who you may know if you peruse the internet from MILF Shakes and Mature Women Unleashed 3.
Yeah, I got a couple more classics she was a part of.
What do you got?
She starred in Cock Smoking Grannies. Also was in Bust a Nut 5 and 6. And who could forget Girl Swirl?
So I take it from those titles, she's a particular kind of actress.
Yes, and in my research, everything that I read said that the most famous piece of ThanksKilling is her scene. So,
which
whatever that's worth.
Well, it's arguably the greatest opening sequence to any horror movie in the history of horror cinema.
I think they advertised it right there on the VHS DVD cover.
It's got titties
in the first minute.
I think it's the first second.
The first shot is a tight shot of a nipple. Yes.
So, get into a little bit of the behind the scenes. Estimated budget of $3,500.
Didn't waste a
Doable.
cent.
I mean, we can make this. Let's do this.
The infamous opening scene with Wanda Lust was shot without a permit in a public park. So your kids could have saw this. You could have been hiking with your dog.
Hey, come back here, Sparky. Oh, God.
Holy shit. No one wanted to distribute the film at first, so the filmmakers sold the DVD on Amazon themselves. It took a year to sell 1,000 copies.
I thought you was going to say it took a year to sell one copy.
So did I for a second.
This is like a successful grassroots film, though.
Oh, this is the definition of a cult classic, man.
The central tagline, "Gobble, gobble, motherfucker," was thought of before the movie's actual plot.
I can see that. So you're telling me they were like trying to find something to put on a T-shirt, and they came up with this? You know what?
I once wrote a short film that you two starred in that I created from a tagline, so I know where it's coming from.
It's kind of reminiscent of how like M. Night Shyamalan was like, all right, he's dead the whole time, but it's like the same thing with a turkey.
Last piece here. The original puppet for Turkey was designed and built by director Jordan Downey. He sculpted and built most of the puppet in the bathroom of his apartment at the time.
He literally like took a turkey decoy that you can get in any hunting store and just like put feathers on it. It's actually not that bad. Like the few times you see it, actually, you know, you never see it below the waist because it didn't have feet. Like it's just.
It didn't have feet.
Together. It didn't have feet.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that. You never do see it.
You never see it below the waist. There's also another cool little tidbit about this movie. I don't know if you guys saw anything about it, but it actually spawned a musical adaptation titled ThanksKilling the Musical. which premiered in Seattle in 2013. I've actually listened to some of the studio cast recordings, and holy shit, it's like some of the most catchy music I've listened to recently.
Oh, really?
I think it's available on like Amazon and iTunes, so like check it out.
And with that, fellas, let's get in to ThanksKilling. The film opens in the year 1621 at the very first Thanksgiving. The first shot we see is of a female pilgrim with her huge boobs out and running through the forest.
I like how they make sure in that card where it tells you the year that you know it's the olden days. Like we didn't know 1621 is back in the fucking day.
So I know when there's going to be a lot of logic that's not 100% secure in this discussion, but why was her chest hanging out?
It's showing you that pilgrims were actually whores. They deserve what they got. They deserve what the turkey gave them.
That's what Joey learned in school. Pilgrim fucking women were whores. We don't just like see one shot of the boobs. We get multiple angles of these boobs.
Yep.
It's funny how much those tits are sagging too, because like in the opening shot, like you said, it starts out like right on her areola, and it pulls out, and it just keeps pulling out because her tits are sagging so much. It's like she's got a fucking 4-foot chest. It has to keep pulling out. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is like great, and probably my favorite opening to any horror film ever. We should see more of this. But yeah, that was about the saggiest pair of titties I've seen in the movie.
Well, she's obviously done a lot of work, and good for her. She made her money.
I'm not going to discredit the chest. Thumbs up on the chest.
This is very like in contrast to the Candyman opening.
The female pilgrim falls down, and we get to see who was chasing this blonde bombshell through the woods. It was a turkey.
Nice tits, bitch.
That's the first real dialogue in the whole movie.
Then he hits her with a fucking tomahawk covered in like gravy or some shit.
I like how they shot the tomahawk because it comes into the frame and it twists towards the camera and then comes at you. The credit sequence was awesome. I thought.
What's up with the wingdings ass font they used for it?
I don't know, but it was
like
legitimately
some Nightmare,
cool.
on Elm Street shit.
For the budget that they had, I thought it was pretty excellent.
It lasted for a long time too.
And the music they used, the music was pretty good.
For a movie that's an hour and 8 minutes, I think those last 8 minutes was the opening credits scene.
The music literally sounded like somebody was slamming their face on a musical keyboard and had a
Bruh,
fucking turkey goblin.
This was
in the
$3,500. This is a used car, what they made this with.
He mashed 4 keys.
She wanted that. We're talking like a fucking 95 Honda Civic.
Exactly. I liked it.
We cut to the present day and meet a gang of college friends who are just being released for Thanksgiving break.
I've never seen somebody so fucking excited.
Hold on, let me say it. Billy is so happy about Thanksgiving break that he rips his shirt off and shows the world his big old boy titties.
He said, "Put them things away. Nobody want to see your nasty ass titties, Billy."
And then he says, I wanted to see, what's her face's titties.
I'm trying to get Allie to show her titties.
So you take your shirt off to make a woman take her shirt off. Johnny meets Billy's weird friend, Darren, and he gets to touch Johnny's weapon of mass destruction, his bicep.
Big old bicep.
This shit was horrible.
Darren walks up and there's a slurping noise and he wipes his fucking mouth.
He kept doing that, man. What was that?
So I guess nerds like slurp. Like a lot of spittle.
Oh, shit.
He's so excited that his mouth is over salivating and he's got to suck it up.
Excited about those weapons of mass destruction. So, the gang consists of, at this point, Johnny, Kristen, Billy, Darren, and Allie. All of those people hop into Johnny's Jeep Wrangler. How the fuck did they all fit in there?
You saw how they were sitting on the back of it. They were all hanging off the fucking thing.
Billy was sitting in between the back seat and the front seat. He was sitting in the well. Because the three of them couldn't fit in the back. It was just like, yeah, it gets even stupider in a little bit.
You kind of glossed over a little bit of exposition too. We find out that Johnny's actually the second string quarterback for the football team of his college.
This is important.
And that'll come into play later, as it apparently has disappointed his father so much that he stopped talking to him.
Oh, the father dynamic, a classic. Everyone decides to say what they're thankful for. Billy says that he is thankful for Darren's mom having the juiciest poon in town.
What's poon?
Yeah, I was cracking up when Johnny was like, I think it's about spending time with families. It's one of the most important things in life. Right, Kristen?
Kristen says...
It's like, what the fuck?
Well, Kristen says, she's like, yeah, it's about, I'm glad we're all healthy and, you know, we get to spend time with our family. And fucking Billy says, gay. And then Johnny says, it's not gay, Billy.
No, Billy, it's not gay.
It's not gay.
So, to that point, Chris, you talking about Johnny being thankful for family and shit. He talks about him throwing pigskin with his father like it was like when he was 5. It shows a flashback to him as a grown-ass man.
He's 37 years old in this fucking flashback.
Darren gets excited and tells everyone that he is going to go buck wild on this trip. He is going to have sex with someone in this car, and he is finally going to be the one doing the sexing.
He's no longer going to sex himself.
Allie tells Darren that it definitely will not be her because she's a good girl, to which Kristen tells her to be quiet because her legs are harder to close than the John Benet Ramsey case.
Fucking burn.
That was legitimately a good joke.
That was solid. I did not expect
solid.
that.
However, it's not the last time we'll hear this same joke.
We'll hear this same joke a few times.
A backwoods hick lets his dog go to the bathroom, and he pisses on the grave of the killer turkey, who we find out is named, you guessed it, Turkey. Turkey retaliates by ripping the dog's guts out.
This shit is so bad the dog looks at the camera. I've never seen a dog look at the camera before.
But then we get to see about the most glorious pair of cut-off jean shorts that I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Since Kevin Bacon and Friday the 13th?
That, yes.
We then see the town sheriff at home with his wife. He takes a sip of fresh cup of joe and spits it out, asking if his wife took a shit in it.
Damn, Shirley, this coffee tastes like shit.
She turns around and says, a matter of fact, I did, and that she wants a divorce.
She said, did you take a dump in it? She shows him the coffee pot, and it looks like it's cat shit, but apparently it's her shit.
It's a human turd in the coffee pot.
She been eating fucking cat food?
Dude.
How he said that line was fucking awesome.
Yeah, every time this dude spoke, I fucking lost it.
I want a divorce. All right, then.
Surprisingly, the Jeep breaks down, imagine that, on the side of the road, just as the sun is going down. The crew realize the radiator is shot and decide to party in the woods by the broken down Jeep. Billy claims, again, we're going back to the Jeep Wrangler. Billy claims they have tents and beer in the Jeep. Where the fuck is that stored?
I think we see the Jeep the entire time driving down the road, and it doesn't have a cooler or anything. However, in this shot, when they pull up, there's a cooler sitting on the back of the Jeep. I guess they stopped off at a fucking Walgreens and bought one.
Billy was sitting on it.
They have like 4 fucking tents, too. All this is in that Jeep.
They have. Here's the thing. They have tents. However, they don't have enough tents for everybody.
It's true. It'll become crucial.
As we'll see soon.
Well, they weren't planning to party. They were all like riding home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going
They
home.
just decided to tear it up. Get all boozed up. As they go into the woods, Darren freaks out when he sees a sign that says Kralberg and has to tell the gang the story of Kralberg. Not going to lie, it flashbacks to Nilbog after this.
Yeah, I thought the
it's
same thing.
very much a Nilbog. So now, what did y'all think of the actual flashback cartoon style?
The animation? It was good. I liked it. Like I said, kind of going back to those opening credits, thought the animation stuff was actually really cool.
It was good for the budget. I mean, this dude really stretched.
For the budget, yeah, it was shocking.
What do you think about the size of like Little Feather's nipples in the fucking when he cast the curse on everybody?
It looked like one of those crude bathroom cartoons you would see someone draw on a bathroom stall.
I did not pay attention to those nips.
His nipples look like milk duds.
So basically, yeah, a Native American named Feather Cloud used black magic to create this evil turkey to kill white people at the first Thanksgiving. There's the story.
There's your explanation.
505 years later, he would return.
It doesn't make any fucking sense
Arbitrary
if you
ass
actually
number.
think about it, because the movie takes place opening in 1621 or whatever.
Should
Add
be
5
2026? 2126?
Yeah, so this movie apparently takes place in 2126 or something.
Jeep Wrangler still going strong.
We're in the fucking future.
Well, this guy's a director. You can't expect him to do math. Come on. He's not a
Can't
mathematician.
expect him to write a legible script either. A lot of this dialogue is fucking terrible.
When they have to decipher a code later, it's just a mathematical equation. So obviously everyone who went into the creation of this thought math was a foreign language.
As do I. We then see the backwoods hick running through the woods to find his dog. He comes across the dog's corpse and then proceeds to have a conversation with the turkey.
This is some of the best lines of the fucking movie. Your dog had an accident. What happened? You see that axe over there? I accidentally cut your dog in half. Get it?
Turkey runs away after saying that awesome line, and the hick falls to his knees and screams to the sky that first it was his wife and now his dog. Damn you, turkey. When the fuck was his wife killed?
Oh, shit.
Was his wife the naked pilgrim? Kristen goes off into the woods by herself in order to call her dad, the sheriff, and is greeted by Turkey. Turkey tells her that he is going to drink her blood like cranberry sauce, and she takes off running back to the group to tell everyone that Darren was right. A rabbit is thrown into the gang's fire pit, and Darren tells everyone that it was torn open by a beak, but not just any beak, a turkey beak.
It's so funny they're describing like the devastation this fucking rabbit suffered at the hands of or at the wings of the turkey. They're talking about how the guts is torn out of it and it's like super fucked up. Then the camera zooms in on the bunny and it's like just a puppet bunny laying there. Like no blood, none of this like intestine shit hanging out or anything.
I gotta figure out what a turkey beak melee looks like compared to other melee with beaks. Billy wakes up the next morning to the hick over him holding a shotgun and covered in turkey shit as the hick tells him that he saved his life while he slept.
That goddamn turkey's out here. He took a shit on you, boy.
Those was a big ass turds too for a fucking turkey. Those are like dog shit turds.
It looks like the actual like whoever's in charge of coming up with like whatever it was made out of. They took marshmallows and like rolled it in cocoa powder.
I can see that. Yeah, that's a very good breakdown of some shit on a person's chest.
Like.
If you got $3,500, you don't want to play with some real duty.
I thought I thought they were trying to be funny, like trying to make it look like yams and shit. You know how you put marshmallows on yams sometimes?
Oh yeah.
I didn't zoom
All
in
the
on the
times.
turds, personally.
Turkey, meanwhile, tries to hitch a ride from a perverted white guy who wants to have sex with him. Turkey shoves a shotgun barrel in his face and blows his head off.
Hold on. Don't gloss so much over this one. He opens the door and the guy literally looks like he could be Darren's dad. He looks just like the fucking Darren character, with a different T-shirt on. He says, "Ass, gas, or grass" to the fucking turkey, and the turkey says, "I'm all out of gas, so I guess it has to be ass." So he turns around and pops his ass in his face, and the damn dude says, "That's a tight ass you got." And he starts pulling his fucking pants down, go pull his dick out, bro.
I don't know what the fuck was going on in this.
And then he whips. He says, "It's not for you. It's for no one." And he whips around with a fucking shotgun, puts it in the guy's mouth, and tells him to call his daughter. Right before he blows his head off.
At this point, I realized the movie lost all fucking meaning. Now there's not only does a man want to fuck a turkey, but the man could talk to the turkey while trying to fuck it.
Well, damn, did you see how tight his ass was? I tried to fuck his ass, too.
Turkey then gets behind the wheel and drives into town.
Got you, Michael Myers. Look at this motherfucking drive, too.
Johnny drops everyone off and then goes to see his dad in order to lie about being the starting quarterback of the college team. His dad tells him how proud he is of him until Turkey chops his head off and tells Johnny to go deep.
He goes in the house to see his dad. He says to his dad, "Hey, Dad, how are you?" His dad just looks at him and farts. He gets up and fucking walks outside and lights up a stogie. He literally looks up. He says, "Hey, Dad." He just, "Hey, son." And he's like, "How you doing, Dad?" He just fucking farts. He just walks out of the room.
Oh, shit.
Like, it makes that fucking audible, like, fake movie fart sound. Like, it goes,
Yeah, actually.
I wish we had a fucking soundbite.
I rewound it.
You should put the
'cause I was
soundbite
like,
right here.
I was like, was that a fart just thrown in there?
He just looks at him like cold, dead stare, farts, and stands up and goes and smokes a fucking blunt.
As soon as Johnny tells him he's a starting quarterback, he turns like a whole other person. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Thank God.
He's so disappointed that his son's a backup quarterback, man. Imagine how disappointed Darren's dad is.
Up next, Allie invites a random boy over, and they begin to have sex, doggy style.
Oof. Fully clothed.
Yeah, oh, it's a very strange, fully clothed style.
Fully clothed, and the guy who actually plays this character, I guess Allie's boyfriend or Allie's fuck buddy, whatever, is the cinematographer for the movie.
Oh, good on him.
Lucky fella.
I mean, I guess this is probably where Dave Chappelle, or I think this was before the Chappelle show, where the white people used the little dick hole in the pants. I mean, this scene shows that off.
Inspired.
Turkey sneaks in and cuts the boy's throat, then has sex with Allie and tells her that she just got stuffed, then breaks her neck.
So this turkey ejaculated in this person.
Oh yeah, he shot that.
No.
He shot that gravy up in her, bro.
No, we find out later what he used.
Oh, true. I didn't put that
later.
together. He came equipped. That's correct.
Safe. This turkey's very safe.
Goodness, man. So how did you guys feel halfway through this scene? Were you put off at all?
I was disturbed
Shit, I was turned on.
They were going for it.
by the fact that the woman couldn't tell the difference between a human penis and a turkey penis. I have a lot of questions there.
It's established earlier in the movie, Hootie, that she's a hoe, and I think it's more of a hot dog down a hallway situation. He could have just had a turkey baster.
It came out of its plumage.
Ah, plumage. Yeah, they did use that word in there.
I think none
Turkey
of
anatomy.
us really knew what plumage was, and now we
I
know what
fucking did not.
plumage is after watching this movie.
So now if any of our, southern friends who go turkey hunting come home with a nice turkey, they said it's got good plumage. We know what they mean now.
Man, look at the plumage on this one, dude.
Look at the plumes on that.
Hopefully they ain't trying to fuck him, though. Hopefully.
This one's got a tight ass, babe. Go ahead.
Look at the
We're gonna
plumage
stuff
on
him.
it, but damn, look at that ass on it.
Thanksgiving dinner's never going to be the
I
same.
can't even get a pinky up in that motherfucker. Dang.
See that little hole at the bottom?
That's where the shit comes out. Well, here it is. No, who do you participate? No nut November, and he sees that fucking turkey ass.
He almost
He
made
ain't
it to
gonna
the
make
end.
it, man. You ain't gonna make it.
It's over. I tried my hardest.
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody need to fucking put some clothes on that turkey. Shit.
Where's the dressing?
Where's the modesty? There's no modesty nowadays with the fucking turkey, man.
The turkey was asking to get stuffed. Oh, my God. The gang gets together and decides that they should go check on Allie. They find her dead body with an open gravy-flavored condom wrapper on the floor.
More
Gravy
random
flavor.
shit.
I wonder what. See, again, I had a thought. Are we talking like red eye biscuit gravy? Are we talking turkey gravy? What kind of gravy do we have here? Poutine gravy,
Country
like
gravy,
in Canada?
man. Country gravy, that white stuff.
Got a good country gravy. Well, definitely white. I mean, that makes sense. Kristen then persuades the group to go to her dad's house, who has a huge collection of books. That guy has got a lot of books and must have something on how to get rid of killer turkeys. Before the gang arrive at Kristen's dad's home, Turkey arrives, and her father is dressed in a head-to-toe turkey costume and invites them inside, thinking it is a little person in a turkey costume.
Yeah, all he's doing is wearing like a fucking Groucho nose and fucking glasses, and he thinks he's a midget.
They enjoy a hot cup of coffee and a conversation that ends with the sheriff saying, "What an odd little duckling you are." The turkey gets pissed and kills him.
He was talking about how he thinks the fucking midgets have been treated wrong, and he's on their side and shit.
I've always been an advocate for your folks.
He's a progressive sheriff, okay? The gang finally arrives, and Turkey answers the door, wearing Kristen's father's face. We're talking like straight face off here. She actually thinks it is her father in a turkey costume and introduces her friends to him.
She says, something's different about you. He's wearing like the Leatherface style stitched together face of Sheriff Road, along with his sheriff's hat. He says, "Oh," and then he takes the sheriff hat off and shows you at the top of it. "Oh, you got a haircut."
I like the fact that the face was like 3 inches wide too.
It's fucking great. It's fantastic.
I loved it, man. Reminded me of Hannibal Lecter.
Darian finds a book on killer turkeys and learns that you must remove Turkey's magical talisman, which he keeps hidden under his plumage.
There it is. Keyword of the day.
It's a funny bit of dialogue here as well, where Kristen's like, first of all, she said he has a lot of books. The motherfucker has like, I don't know, 20 books. I guess in this town, that's a lot.
Hey, for this guy with shit in his coffee.
She's talking to her dad, who is the turkey, and she says, "I would die without you." He said, "You'll die with me," or something like that. And everybody turns their heads and what?
What? I thought it was great. They had like the whole montage of them like flipping through books and shit. Darren was teaching Billy how to read at one point, and they find the book and they're like, "Damn, that took forever." And then the chick's like, "It was 5 minutes."
Billy is tired of all that reading and goes into the kitchen for a snack.
This motherfucker cannot like concentrate at all in this entire scene because he's hungry. Like as a fellow fat guy, I can at least concentrate on stuff. They really, I think they really try to offend the overweight community with this film. I think it should be like a boycott.
I don't think they were sparing anybody's feelings when they made this. 70 minutes of pure cinema.
Joey, were you offended by?
Yeah, I was deeply offended.
Deeply. Okay, good. Trigger.
I'll be writing a letter to Jordan Downey.
You and all the little people, women, big folks, nerdy people.
People who find turkeys attractive.
Sheriffs.
Turkeyologists. Yeah, turkeyologists as well.
I don't think they showed anybody in a positive light. Maybe the jock.
So while in the kitchen for that snack, Billy sees the corpse of the dead father and realizes that it was Turkey in a disguise.
His face is like rubbed with goddamn pizza sauce.
He put it together.
Just to show he got his face cut off, they just rubbed pizza sauce over his face.
Billy calls the gang into the kitchen, and Turkey informs them that he is there because of what the white man has done to the Indians.
Yeah, any white man that disrespects the Indians or the land, they have to die.
These old whites, man. Who'd knows?
Old whites.
Hey, Turkey's here to take the old whites out.
Yet again, we have another horror movie telling us about the horrors of the old whites.
See, it was there all along.
Open your eyes, America.
Billy puts Turkey in a headlock. Johnny grabs the talisman just before the turkey breaks free and escapes.
The fucking headlock was pretty cool. The choreography, it went over a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, it went over pretty great. I like how he's calling him. He said, "You fat bastard," like the whole fucking time while he's like on the headlock.
Billy leaves the house while Darren figures out that Turkey lives in a teepee, and the gang must burn him at the stake while saying a demonic prayer in unison backwards. Billy sees a fully cooked turkey floating in the air as he walks home and decides to eat it. He then has his stomach explode as Turkey escapes through his stomach to say, "Gobble, gobble, motherfucker."
He literally has the shotgun and blows a fucking hole in his stomach while he's in his stomach. Somehow.
As we've said, man.
They really liked this scene with the gore and stuff because they kept zooming in on the actual like viscera and shit.
They showed you his gut a lot.
They really, really, really enjoyed their special effects department's work here.
So apparently what you're saying is this guy who portrayed Billy only has one acting credit, and it sounds like the director just liked to show how fat he was and show his gut.
I'm telling you, that's like this movie is super derogatory towards the fat community.
The gang finds Billy's dead body, and Darren is having a hard time accepting the death. We see a montage of him and Billy's great friendship and possible love affair.
This is the best acted scene in the entire movie. Darren really makes his mark on the movie in this scene, how he acts over Billy's corpse. He says, "It's not that bad." And the fucking camera zooms down to his ribcage being blown out. And his goddamn intestines hanging out of hanging out of the hole and shit. And there's also in this scene there's a cutaway to the time they first met, and they fed each other Sundays under the sunset. And there's a song accompanying this montage. "I miss you so much, Billy. This song goes out to you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Love you, Billy. Now you've gone and left me. You were my friend. My friend. You got killed by a turkey. Who's not my friend. Not my friend. Oh, Billy, Billy, Billy. You were my best friend. You were meant to be best friends forever. And now you're a dead best friend. Dead best friend. Billy, why did you have to leave me? Billy, why'd you have to leave me? You're my best friend, Billy. Best friend Billy. That was it.
Good job, Darren.
That's one of the fucking, and then it's got a scene. Literally, I paused it, and it's the fucking shot of him with his hand on the back glass. And he's looking back at Billy's dead body as they drive off.
It was a pretty decent shot, too, because it had, the fog on the window.
I'm telling you, this is, the only part of the movie that even resembles a cinematic formula.
Yeah. Everything else felt very amateur.
The gang find Turkey's teepee home. Kristen and Johnny create a diversion by talking to Turkey, while Darren hog-ties him with rope.
So the TP was just on the side of the fucking road? They just happened to drive by it. Oh, okay.
When they go, before they go into the teepee, the fucking turkey is tossing a salad that he's about to eat. Apparently, he's like a vegan turkey. And he goes,
working that thing.
He's tossing
damn, it's been a long-ass fucking day, man.
He's like, damn, it's good to have some damn salad on a long-ass day. But then Johnny sees him and he says, "You're not such a badass." And he says, "Your dad thought I was a badass." He tries to lunge at him. And then when what's his name? When fucking Darren ties him up, he says, "Y'all can't kill me. I'm invincible. You guys are as retarded as Billy." Darren lunges at him and says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Yeah, they had to throw retarded in there too, just in
Dude,
case somebody's not offended.
They had a lot of offensive language.
Turkey makes a run for it. However, the hick shows up to send a shell of buckshot into him. Turkey is finally dead. So what do? You put him in a radioactive dumpster, and then you go watch Night of the Living Dead at Kristen's house.
Well, shit. Here's what happened. The shot hit him so hard it threw his ass up in the air, and he landed in a trash can full of radioactive.
But he shot him into the tent, right? Like that was the angle.
No. Yeah, oh yeah. He would have blew him back into the tent.
But he went flying overhead.
He went flying overhead into the fucking radioactive waste.
That's a lot of buckshot.
Fucking defied physics.
While Johnny and Kristen go at it on the floor, Darren goes into the kitchen to find Turkey is back. The whole, they just start, going at it on the floor, and Darren is just sitting there.
Did you hear, the zipper?
They're literally sitting on a love seat, all three of them, tits to ass to balls. And they have a thing of popcorn and they're eating it. Darren is, eating it and, staring right at Johnny's fucking face, eyeball literally on his throat. And Johnny says, "Will you be my girlfriend, Kristen?" And he's fucking eating popcorn like he's watching a movie. Just watching this happen.
I didn't know if I was supposed to pick up on the fact, was Darren hoping that Johnny wanted him in that, or was it like a pick'em? I don't know.
He said he wanted to have sex with somebody in the car. He didn't say who.
I was creeped out. So Turkey rips Darren's tongue out and then pecks his heart out.
Yeah, this is the best gore part of the movie for me as well. It's Darren's in all the best parts of the movie for me.
You just love Darren.
Other than him just wiping his face all the time. That was a little.
I fucking love that shit though. He wipes his face. He says, "Why won't you die?" And it shows the turkey, and he's fucking glowing green. Apparently, he's the whole turkey now. Yeah.
Johnny finishes up with Kristen, which seemed like a very short session.
That was good. They were already asleep by the time that they came to.
Yeah, it was time, bro.
Oh, shit.
So he goes into the kitchen to check on Darren, to only be stabbed in the stomach with an electric turkey carver by Turkey.
Clearly holding it he was clearly holding it onto his own stomach. That cracked me up.
Kristen comes in to save Johnny. They run out to the barn to where Kristen sets Turkey on fire with Johnny's lighter and a can of spray paint. However, Johnny dies in the process.
The whole time when they escape the house with the turkey carver still in his gut, and they run out, and it shows a scene of it actually coming out of the outlet, and the cord's dragging behind his ass the whole time when he's running. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Kristen then sends Turkey's body flying into a bonfire with a Louisville Slugger. Turkey is finally defeated.
She says, "Peck on somebody your own size." Before she fucking hits him with a goddamn baseball bat.
I hope she plays softball.
The puns we didn't talk about it, but the puns in this movie are fucking gold. The fact that Johnny's a backup quarterback, he keeps saying right before he dies, he says, "I wish I could have called a timeout on this one."
Yeah, she kept telling him to do audibles and shit. There's no audibles in real life, Johnny. And then her standing in front of the burning TP, the way the lighting there, that was also a pretty good shot. They had little flashes of cinematography.
The film ends with a family sitting down for a Thanksgiving dinner and the fully cooked turkey coming to life. The end.
Foreshadowing. It's going to be you in a couple weeks, buddy.
I really hope the turkey out on Thanksgiving moves and I freak out.
In space!
Hopefully it doesn't have a tight ass. With that, fellas, what piece of memorabilia from ThanksKilling would you, for the love of God, want to have?
Fuck Michael Myers' mask. Give me the Sheriff Roud skin mask. It's going to look real nice next to the inevitable Leatherface mask once we get there.
Yeah, you pretty much ripped me here. I said, let me get that miniature sheriff's mask. No mask
so
collection
dope.
can be complete without it.
I picked something from the sheriff, but it wasn't his face. Besides,
Was
obviously,
it that
the Jeep
Dookie
Wrangler.
jar?
Give me that shit coffee pot.
That shit coffee pot. Besides, obviously, the Jeep Wrangler, which was gorgeous. Give me the turkey costume that the sheriff was wearing. Let me show up to my family Thanksgiving wearing that damn thing.
Tight ass.
He must really like Thanksgiving. Damn, look at that ass on him.
Yeah, ain't working out this year.
That thing was a head-to-toe turkey costume. Damn, that is a lot of shit to put on.
I don't know whether to carve him or stick my dick in it.
The irony is he wore a turkey costume. Turkey wore a sheriff costume.
Damn, that's a deep take.
Boom.
Next up, let's get into what the fans thought of this movie.
Oh, man.
Hot take number 1. Here we go. Quint D says, white meat, dark meat, we all lose. It's like the bullshit created by a couple of teenagers with 2 six-packs and a busted turkey puppet they probably thought was a chicken at first. 1 star.
Damn. Kind of harsh there, bud.
3,500, bro. 3,500.
35. Next up, Clay E says, this movie is harder to turn off than the John Benet Ramsey case. 3 stars.
Man, got him. Shit. Call back. That's the
Wrote
one that
down.
should be on. That's the one that should be on the fucking DVD.
Slap it on.
So let's wrap up ThanksKilling, this fucking wild ride of a film. Chris, what did you think of the film?
All right, I'll lead off here since I did choose this one for us to watch. I was charting untapped waters here with my Thanksgiving horror hymen aggressively being punctured. Shit was wild, crazy as hell premise that they somehow managed to squeeze for over an hour. I can't help but think back to Troll 2. 2 truly bad movies. The filmmakers knew they were making this for a laugh, though, and that alone kind of takes away some of the charm that Troll 2 had me wrapped up in. But the theme music was great. I thought the credit sequences, animation was good. There was a few interesting shots. Anything with the sheriff was hilarious. I'd say all that, combined with some truly laugh-out-loud moments, kept this from being a dry bird for me. Troll 2, this is not. But I'll stamp this assignment with a juicy red C-.
I am giving ThanksKilling a letter grade of D+. That plus. This is a classic student film that even we 3 have done in our lives with a group of friends. The acting is horrendous and the story leaves a lot to be desired, but the film is saved by the hilarious wisecracking turkey who steals the show and leaves you wanting more. If you want to take a break from all the slasher films that take themselves way too seriously, throw on ThanksKilling and enjoy one crazy fucking ride.
All right, I'll wrap this thing up for everyone. It's pretty obvious from our discussion of the movie that ThanksKilling is a shit movie. Going to have to give it a big fat old D. The acting is terrible. The dialogue is somehow even worse. The pacing is all over the place. The movie tries to redeem itself as a bad movie, being bad on purpose, with all the self-aware satirical humor, but even that falls flat. However, the humor in general and the plot, as bizarre and corny as they are, make the movie watchable and memorable. It's a mess, but a memorable mess. It's really hard to recommend ThanksKilling in general, but if you're like me and enjoy bad movies, give it a try. Even if it's just to say you've seen a demonic turkey stuff a co-ed or rip a guy's tongue out. You've just been stuffed!
So how close did we get on the Rotten Tomatoes score, Chris?
I
hope somebody got
I like to think the condom actually ripped while he was doing the deed, and now she's like pregnant with a fucking turkey baby.
That's kind of what I was thinking they were going with. I didn't put together I guess I didn't follow up on as much of the lore as Hootie did with the condom. I didn't go back and rethink my earlier notes, but
I couldn't skip over that damn gravy flavored condom. That shit was
Yes, we
hilarious.
did.
all right, anyway, so going back to our fan score guesses from Rotten Tomatoes, I'll recap our scores here. Myself, 15%, Mr. Hootie 21%, and Joseph a 30% guess. So I think we all guessed kind of where it probably should have ended up. However, the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes for ThanksKilling is a 42%.
Oh my God!
Wow.
What? 42?
Pretty high, man.
Pretty high.
Wasn't Troll a 44? Trolls 2? Sorry.
Troll 2, it's singular, son.
Jesus Christ!
If you can bring out the gospel, you're gonna spread the truth. You're gonna speak it well.
You're gonna get us bashed on Reddit. You're talking like that, dude.
Yeah, I think
apologize.
it's definitely in that same ballpark. But damn, 42? That's kind of shocking.
That seems really high.
Yeah, we were all off by double digits, so we'll take the big old L on this one. Wah, wah,
Back
wah.
to the wheel.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna get sent to the wood chipper here and see what the gods of random numbers and recommendations has in store for the horribles. Let's spin that wheel.
The wheel has been spun.
A little film called Bride of a Reanimator.
Let's go.
I don't know this one. I've heard of Reanimator. I haven't heard of Bride of Reanimator.
Same boat here. No knowledge of this franchise. I know this is like, for some reason I have like, what's that other one called? Toxic Avenger images in my head. Is that like the same thing?
I don't think it's the same shit.
Yeah, exactly. You see how much of a point of reference I have.
This is the creepy guy from The Frighteners. I know this guy. He's like super creepy.
Jake Busey?
No, Combs. Something Combs.
First of all, Jake Busey is known for Starship Troopers, not Frighteners. Nah. So get that right.
Tomcats.
Oh, Tomcats. Oh, my God.
Yes. A Jerry O'Connell joint.
Oh, shit. That's the one where he goes to, like, Australia and has to fight a kangaroo? That black guy?
Yep, that was it.
That's Kangaroo Jack.
Oh, shit.
That was Hootie's first Blu-ray purchase, Kangaroo Jack.
Well, we're going to watch the trailer for Bride of Reanimator, guys.
Yeah, so hit that pause button, hop onto YouTube, and look at the Bride of Reanimator.
I did own Kangaroo Jack on DVD.
Oh, God damn it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Herbert West is not just your ordinary doctor.
Others dare not dream what we are about to do.
He intends to make medical history.
This is no longer about just reanimating the dead.
With the help of Daniel Cain.
It's never going to work. She's going to be uncontrollably spastic.
And a few select friends.
West took my body, but he cannot take my mind.
He's about to bring his dream to life.
And God created woman.
All right, man, I'm excited for the Bride of Reanimator. That'll be our...
Yeah, it actually looks pretty decent. I've always wanted to get into the Reanimator series, and I guess we can just skip the first one and go right to the sequel.
Is it a series? Is there like more than 2?
I think there's like 3.
There's 2, and there's a third one, but the third one is so bad that I don't even consider it.
Is it still got the same guy in it though?
Same guy come back, but it was like in 2004, so he was much older and
okay.
One of those cash out moments.
Yeah.
Well, with the Bride of Reanimator trailer fresh out of our skulls, what do we think this is? Where do we think this puppy sits at on a Rotten Tomatoes audience fan score scale?
I'll go first. I'm going to go with a fat 55.
Woo, that's high.
It looks like something I would like. So, yeah.
Keep in mind, ThanksKilling just did drop a 42 on us.
And this is audience. I always forget that it's audience score.
Audience.
Yeah, who gives a shit about what the critics got to say, man?
Who gives a fuck about the critics, man? All right, Hootie, you've seen this, so what's your feeling, man? How would your typical audience react to this?
See, the ThanksKilling number has thrown my entire algorithm in my head off.
You literally like almost busted a fucking nut when you saw that shit pop up, so you probably need to give it a high score.
Audience score, Reanimator 2.
Keep in mind, Amityville Horror got a score too. I don't know what it was. But they got something.
Yeah, it was way down there. But this is all the way back from the 80s, though. I'll do 64.
All right, I'm going to pop on the low scale here and sit at a square old 50. 5-0. Let's go. All righty, good folks. Thank you for listening. You can find us on damn near any podcast platform. Check out the socials and whatnot on the website, horriblefilmschool.com. Subscribe and follow to spread that love. If you can, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And I'm going to use my sign-off to offer my support to women that happen to stumble around the woods, topless and alone on Thanksgiving. Keep those legs churning, and we'll see you at Christmas.
As always, if you listen to this show, tell at least one person you know. Spread the love, spread the campaign. And love your family at Thanksgiving. And when you see that turkey, just eat it. Don't touch it awkwardly. Don't think anything strange about it. Just enjoy yourself. And I'm out.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This movie was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, even though I was pretty critical of it in my final thoughts. But it was a good movie. Give it a watch. Have a few laughs. Enjoy yourself. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.